Greetings, car fanatics! In this video, I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step process of fitting GT2 replica side skirts on my narrow body 997. Now, for those unfamiliar with the GT2 side skirts, they come standard on the Porsche 997 GTS, which I've been modeling the look of my car after. However, these side skirts only fit on the wide-body models like the GTS, Turbo, and GT3 RS cars. Previously, I tried to replicate the GTS look by installing Moshammer style side skirts. While this looked good, it still wasn't perfect to me. I fortunately found a company in Belgium that makes replica side skirts for the 997 narrow body. However, these side skirts don't look exactly like the original GT2 side skirts. The front portion of the side skirt protrudes out at an angle, which doesn't look like how the original GT2 side skirt should look. So I ended up cutting away a large chunk of the underside of the side skirt as shown here. This was also necessary in order to mount the side skirt securely. In addition, the edge of the side skirt that sits against the car was too thick and would leave a large seam, so I grinded the edge of the side skirt so it could sit as flush against the car as possible. Now let me show you how I'm going to mount the side skirts. Underneath the car, we'll be using these body plugs. We're going to replace these body plugs with pop rivets, which I'll leave a link to in the description. When you place a bolt into the pop rivet, it collapses the backside to hold the pop rivet securely in place. Then we'll use these metal strips from Home Depot to attach the pop rivet to the side skirt. We'll rivet these metal strips onto the side skirt. We'll be using 3 pop rivets, here, here, and here. The last one is underneath the side skirt, so we'll just need to drill a hole for the bolt to screw into the pop rivet. Let's remove the body plugs. Now let's cut the metal strips to create our brackets. You can bend these metal strips back and forth to break them and then straighten them out afterwards. To attach the metal strip to the pop rivet, we'll need to drill a hole large enough for the bolt to go through. And here's the finished bracket. Let's test fit it so we can determine where to fasten it to the side skirt. During this step, it's critical to push the bottom of the side skirt towards the car as much as possible. This will pull the front portion of the side skirt in and allow it to follow the car's contour to give the closest look to factory as possible. Okay, I marked off where the bracket needs to go. Let's drill out the side skirt and rivet the bracket in place. Push the rivets in and then use a rivet gun to secure the rivets. Okay, so we have the first bracket in place. Let's mark off the second bracket and repeat. The last pop rivet is the hardest since it is underneath the side skirt, but we're going to guesstimate the location and drill a small pilot hole. Alright, we have our second bracket in place, and fortunately, my pilot hole is spot on. With the mounting of the side skirt complete, let's go ahead and take a look at the overall fitment. The overall fitment is pretty good, but we'll need to add some double-sided tape to help close the seam between the side skirt and the body of the car. Before applying the double-sided tape, let's clean the side skirt and the vehicle with alcohol. Now let's apply the double-sided tape to the edge of the side skirt. We're going to peel off the film for the double-sided tape and mount the side skirt, but we have to be careful because we only get one shot to get it right. With the side skirt in position, we can now tighten the screws on the pop rivets from below. Alright, you can see that the side skirt is now on and it fits pretty well, but we do have some noticeable gaps where the side skirt meets the body. But don't worry, I'll show you how to make this look nearly perfect. We're going to use the infamous RWB caulk method to close up any seams. I know it sounds ghetto, but trust me, it leaves amazing results. First, we need to mask off the top edge of the side skirt so we can get a clean seam. Then mask off the car just slightly above where the side skirt should meet the car. Now we're going to caulk the gap with Dynaflex black window seal. This stuff is great because it's flexible and it's designed for outdoor use, so it should last. Carefully apply a thick bead of window seal and be sure the window seal penetrates deep into the seam. Then run your finger across the window seal and be sure to press the window seal into the seam and against the side skirt and the car so you can get a smooth line. When you're done, immediately remove the masking tape. Pull the masking tape down and away from the window seal to prevent lifting the window seal and ruining your line. Then let the window seal dry for a few hours. Alright, I've let the window seal dry for a day and look at these results. The gap has been filled nicely and the side skirt sits flush against the car. I know people criticize the RWB method, but trust me guys, this method definitely works. So we're almost done, but you can see that the rear end of the side skirt doesn't look finished. That's because we removed the rear mud flap. The mud flap will need modification to fit over the side skirt. So to make the mud flap fit, first we're going to need to cut the lower half of this metal clip that slides onto the body of the car. Then we're going to need to cut the lower portion of the mud flap so it can sit around the side skirt on the bottom. Alright, we have the mud flap cut and I broke the lower half of the metal clip simply by bending it back and forth. Let's go ahead and test fit the mud flap to see if it fits. Alright, everything looks good, but we need to drill out some holes so we can screw the wheel liner back on. The screws originally screw into the speed clips that attach to the mud guard, so we'll need to transfer these speed clips to the side skirt. I removed the wheel liner so we can get these speed clips attached. Fortunately, the innermost speed clip can just slide onto the side skirt. However, for the other speed clip, we'll need to cut a slot into the side skirt so the speed clip can slide onto. Alright, let's do another test fit of the mud guard to make sure all the fastening points line up. Everything looks good, however the mudguard looks out of place against the side skirt because the wide body cars don't have the same type. We have to trim the outer edge of the mudguard so it doesn't stick out past the side skirt, and that will make it look better. Okay, so I cut the edge of the mudguard with a box cutter. Now let's get it mounted. Alright, so I have the mudguard installed and I added a bit of window seal to close the gap between the side skirt and the modified mudguard. It's not 100%, but overall I think the side skirt looks really great. The seams are nicely hidden and the side skirt pretty much looks like how the original GT2 side skirts look on a wide body car. Well, there you have it, car fanatics. After years of trying to replicate the 997 GTS look, I finally completed the puzzle by adding the GT2 replica side skirts. This definitely wasn't an easy project, but with determination and creativity, I was able to replicate the GT2 side skirt look pretty well in my car. If you're interested in doing this to your car, I'll leave a link in the description to the side skirts and all the tools and supplies you'll need. Thanks for watching, car fanatics. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments or questions below and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you're notified each time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching.